Hey everybody. So today I want to talk to you about a kind of important subject. I'm going to make another very bold claim, something that I'm very used to doing at this point. But so my very bold claim for this video is that your favorite influencer, there's a very high likelihood they're not actually utilizing any of the AI products or a majority of the AI products that they're telling you about, that they're saying are the most amazing things since sliced bread when you look into your social media feeds, etc. I guarantee you that 90% of the time, in 90% of those instances, they're not actually utilizing those products. How do I know? Because I actually utilize these products and I've gone into these things and gone through this several times now at this point, and it gets a little bit frustrating. And then so you might ask, like, okay, like it sucks, like people they don't actually use the products. Like, why does that frustrate you so much overall? It frustrates me because of the fact that I then need to deal with this misinformation that comes from these things, right? I have to overcome the hype. I have to tell people. I have to explain things. And it just gets messy overall, right? It doesn't make me look good overall to have to like explain to a client why exactly like something sucks. Like for Devin, Devin.ai. We're going to talk today about two products. The big one that is on my mind as I'm making this is Udio, like the big there's like all of these, my whole entire feed, like today, like all of it is like all of these videos of this one video maker that is claiming at the moment that they're better than Sora, and then because they make this single claim, that's all they do is they make the claim, and they obviously have some marketing dollars behind them. All of a sudden, my feed is flooded with this, right? And then what you're going to see in a week, in 2 weeks, is like, oh, this was all a scam, like Devin was. Like we're starting to see stories come out about Sora, right? Like Sora was manufactured. It's like, oh, no kidding. Like we're starting like if you actually hands-on try these things out before you actually like exclaim like, oh, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, we wouldn't be in this situation overall. So like this is a critique overall for anyone that like is in that mindset overall. And the second thing is that this is a promise to you that like you won't see that from my videos on this channel, right? If I'm giving you and I'm reviewing a product, it's something that I actually have hands-on experience with. To me, that's just been an important part of laying out my channel and laying out this process. So with that, let's dive into this Udio situation, right? So all day today I've seen like all these claims, like all these like it's they released a few videos, and then so it took me a long time to actually find these guys' website because it's not their name. It's this pw.shangshu.ai. And it's all in Japanese, right? So then I have to wait for the auto translator here to load, and then maybe it's not going to load in this instance now. I think this was video. But the big thing that I want to get across to everyone is, so like if you're hearing like this video, the video like this model, 0% of no one in the world actually has access to this. No, like it's just videos that they've seen, that they've put out, marketing videos that this particular company has put out. And then so as far as the quality of their videos, there's a lot of like there's Runway, Pika. You can make AI videos in the status quo, and you can animate AI images in the status quo, and then do like a good job of that in the status quo. And no one has shown me, like I haven't seen any proof of any of these video models, Sora or this new one that's come out, they actually do and fit these claims. And what we're seeing with Sora now is all of a sudden people walking back the claims 4 weeks later, which made me immediately go to this website, right? I was like, okay, let's find these guys. Let's see exactly what's going on here. And you can't get access to their model is the bottom line. So if you try to like go through and you try to access the model here, you get hit with the page like, oh sorry, like we're under maintenance at the moment. Like we're upgrading right this second, which happens to be the moment when we're all over the news, which we don't know why we're all over the news, right? But we just like, so no one can actually use the model right this second. Maybe in a week or two when the hype train dies down and no one actually cares about this issue, then we're going to go through this, and like that, I'm starting to get sick of this pattern overall, which is like why I'm highlighting these things overall. And then so like I'll give you another example and instance of this, right? So far I've been harping just on this like these text to video train, but I have seen this happen for the last 2 years straight now. Like it happens all the time, like sickeningly at this point. So I'm gonna call these these guys out here flat out, right? So this is these guys, they have two products. It's this Predabase, and then these guys are also the creators of Lorax, like the training method of Lorax. So Lorax training, right? And then that's what this is Lorax tuning. So you can Lorax tune on serverless models. And then the big thing is that it makes it very cheap. And then so for someone like me, overall, this caught my attention immediately, right? Like, so I was on this. I'm like, okay, cool. Because it's, you can see here, like what this page that is defaulting to right now, this calculate your fine tuning costs up to a 7 billion parameter model with a data set of about 100,000 tokens, which is about like 500 rows, give or take, just depending on what the data sets are in there. And then running that for 3 epochs can cost you 11 cents to train a model, right? That is just money to me. I would train models for 11 cents all day long. I've made a lot of videos now, and you haven't seen me make a video about 11-cent training. Why? Because I've obviously trained models for 11 cents. Like, believe me that I have. They're not good. they're not worth 11 cents. And then so, but you only know that if you dive into it, right? It's like just marketing speak, like, oh, Lorax is amazing, Predabase is awesome, right? Only 11 cents to train your model. Like, if I don't know anything of these things behind the scenes, all of this looks good until you dive into it. And that's like the big thing. Like it all looks good until you dive into it, right? And I understand that, like, it's hard to dive into a lot of these things. I get that element overall. It's a huge learning curve. But there's a few simple things. Number one is like, if you're an influencer in the space, it's so easy to just wait a day. Like, what harm is it going to do to you? Like, you're going to be not the millionth person to talk about Vimeo this day, or video, or whatever they're calling themselves, video. I don't know. You won't be the millionth person to talk about it. Like, there will only be 999,999 instances of it in my feed instead of yours. Who cares? Like, more, it's your reputation on the line, right? Like, that's the big thing for me. Up front and very honestly, like, with my content, with my videos, I am hoping to piss someone off, like, flat out. Like, I expect that my content is not going to be for 100% of viewers out there. I want that. I want to disqualify some people from my content, from exactly what I'm doing. Like, if I rub you the wrong way up front, I'll see you later. Like, I am okay with that overall, right? I'm not trying to be everything to every single person. But what I do want is my solid reputation. If I say something as far as like products and speaking on technology and AI, like, I want it to mean something overall. And then so that's kind of what I'm building upon, as opposed to being like the very first person to tell you about the news all the time. Like, I've developed kind of the opposite, especially when it comes to AI, right? There's new news I could tell you every single day with regards towards AI. It's not hard to drum up new news every single day if that's exactly the market that you're trying to cater towards. I catered toward that market for a bit. I played in that market. It's not fun. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't add any value overall. And then so that's kind of just my take on these things overall, my approach, and kind of like my promise and my criticism overall is kind of just this whole point with this video. And just to make the point overall, going back to the bold claim at the beginning of the video, that just flat out, and I'll say it again, 90% of the influencers and the people that you care about within, like, that are influential within these topics and on these things, aren't actually using 90% of these products. 90% of the people aren't using 90% of the products. Just the way it is. So avoid the hype trend overall. Try things out for yourself. And if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.